the game instead. Yeah, I'm on the game, alright. So guys, this is the last game of tonight. One of the best games of 2010. And we're gonna start it right now. In the left, it is Happy. Probably the best European undead ever. Maybe Vortex. Neo would definitely say it's Mad Frog, but I'm not so sure about that. Happy, definitely one of the best ever. One of the best. And we have a Fiend build order for the undead. And over to the right, we have Grubby, Manuel Schenkuisen himself. Going for the Blade Master, obviously. And yeah, the Ted BO is something that is nowadays, I think, played less against Orc. I think the early Fiends is what is preferred most of the time, although especially on Twisted Meadows, we oftentimes still see the Ted BO. Acolyte's gonna scout things out, and of course gonna see the Blade Master. I think the main purpose of this Acolyte is just to delay. So that the Death Knight can get over here. Nice deny! Blade Master doesn't get the kill, instead the Acolyte does. But he's gonna get the Ogre before the DK arrives anyways. Ring! That's not what he wanted. And Grubby, knowing the strategy, knowing the timing, is aware that he's not gonna be able to get those two. At least as long as the coils are on point. And he dusts immediately. Alright. He's going blow for blow right now. And he's using the healing salve, obviously. He wants to try to cancel it either with a skeleton or maybe even with a coil. Coil is perhaps, though, not even worth it because he has 2 more in his inventory. 2 more heal cells, that is. Tier 2 for both players. And Blade Master off to a slow start here. And that is of course because of that Fiend build order, Ted build order, excuse me. Alright, so early game commencing. Oftentimes orcs will creep this Ogre right here, but there's a skeleton scouting, has now expired. And he's windwalking over there, sees no scout and is probably gonna go for it. And Grunt scouts out the movement of the DK, that's very nice. If the DK was too close he could abandon ship with the Blade Master. But he sees the positioning and knows he's safe to creep this. This item can be amazing, can also be not so amazing and be sold. That's somewhere in between. Greater healing is incredible. Greater invul is incredible. Greater mana is good. Is really good actually, but it's not as amazing as those other two. Unless of course he gets level 3 Shadow Hunter. But he doesn't want to save it for that, he sells the potion instead. Tier 2 tech. Question is, does the undead try to go for Tier 2 pressure and push? Or Tier 3? Different undeads always prefer different styles. WFC, for example, the best undead nowadays, always goes Tier 3 against Orc. Whereas quite a few also go the Banshee build on Tier 2 and try to deal a killing blow that way. Level 2 finally for the DK sees that this Ogre has been crept, that's no surprise. Skeleton sees the creep camp down here. Oh, almost gets the last hit, that was actually closer than I would have thought. Alright, Slaughterhouse, no tech yet, but of course he doesn't have the money for it. just now. And it is the Shadowhunter second. I think Grubby generally prefers the Shadowhunter in this matchup, whereas Lin, for example, always preferred the TC. The Torrent Chieftain. The Chieftain of Torrents. Nice scouting by the peon. That's something we rarely see. Oh, ghouls. That means aggression. And that means no tech. Normally, at least. With the Lich coming out here. No items on the Lich. That's unusual. Normally he always brings a rod or something. Level 3 already on the blade with decent items. But twice he misses the last hit. That's a little sloppy. And that gets the DK closer to level 3, which is of course incredibly important. Grubby in the meantime, creeping his mercenary camp, almost losing a grunt. Dude. Alright, he doesn't lose it. Oh! Yeah, Pendant of Energy, that is a good item. That's what we call a good item. Spirit Lodge is ready. Bestiary ready. No walkers just yet, though. And with this creep camp, he can't fight right now. 3 of his units are practically dead. And he can only heal 2. No, wait. 1 was already being healed. He can repair, of course, and without the Orb of Corruption, those peons are not as vulnerable as they would usually be. Is he taking behind this? No. And there's a Temple of the Damned. That's the Banshee strategy I talked about before. But he's adding them rather late. Doesn't hit with everything simultaneously. Maybe he doesn't want to give the Shadowhunter an easy level 3. Alright, here we go. No Blight either, no Scroll of... what's it? No. Skull, the Blight Skull or whatever. Nice bro there. And, oh, we have... yeah, there it is, Sentinel. I thought it was Happy Sentinel, but of course it is Grubby's, because he crept the middle camp, the shop, and that means Burrow is not gonna render these fiends invisible. Does he have many Rods of Necromancy? No, he does not. Rods of Necromancy are actually a lot stronger than people think in these kinds of battles, where they are ignored for the most time, and there's no splash damage. One statue gets killed, another one arrives. And Blade Master, no more mana. Shadowhunter still with quite a bit of mana, gets that Fiend regardless. And that Sentry Ward is so nice. I guess if he hadn't gotten that Sentry Ward, he would have gotten a Dust, but still. That's a good item for him. Statue number 2 dies, and this grunt will survive. And Happy TP's out. Oh man. He didn't get many kills here, he lost a lot of in return, and also has to use his TP. Now question is he gonna be stubborn? Is he gonna try to go for it again once he's replenished army, mana, and health? Or is he gonna tech? Teching is gonna be hard because he's down to 29 lumber. And that gives Grubby the go-ahead to initiate the tier 3 tech.
A player's forces are under attack.
There's basically no way Happy can attack him in the next, I would say, 2 to 3 minutes. And by that time he's gonna have the orb. Still no level 3 for the Death Knight. Oh man. So late. Oh, nice. Banshee wanted to cast the curse, but he went invisible into Windwalker right at the right moment. Oh, is he gonna get the wizard as well? It's so close. It's not enough just yet. No, he doesn't get it. And it was also risky because he could have gotten surrounded perhaps. He didn't have enough mana for another Windwalk. And finally level 3 Death Knight. That sure took some time. Almost 10 minutes into this game.
A player's forces are under attack.
And this is a position that normally orcs don't want to fight in because it's tiny chokes they have to run through. And their melee units normally start blocking themselves. But he's going for it anyways, with double statue and a Banshee. I think that's a really, really bad idea. I think Grubby should GTFO. But he's trying to see what he can get. He has not lost anything so far. The Script Fiend will get saved before the Death Knight is hexed. And he should also curse the Blade Master, but he doesn't have mana. Another save on the Crypt Fiend. Nice, immediate cancel of the Clarity on the Shadowhunter. Now finally the Crypt Fiend dies! Just kidding, it survives. He focused the Blade Master a lot. And without him, the Orc doesn't really want to fight. Or does he? Healing is coming. In form of... Oh, Death Knight in trouble. A lot of ensnares, but the Blade Master being so greedy. The Death Knight was just a little bit too forward there. And he thinks he can get the kill, even though he himself is low. And he doesn't have a Windwalk to retreat. And he doesn't have a heal wave in time. Big mistake by Grubby. Costly mistake by Grubby. Has to revive the first hero at the tavern, and that's extremely expensive. By the way, those Banshees had been auto-casting Curse on the creeps, which was not the best thing ever. Oh, Death Knight needs to be careful. Another Frost Armor coming in after the first one had been disenchanted. Surround, is it close? No, it's not close. Does he not see it? Coil over again on the Demon, Blade Master, excuse me. But Invul saves him. Just barely. The Death Knight gets away. Level 3 now for the Lich. This Nova is gonna hurt. This Nova is gonna hurt! It's gonna hurt the Blade Master! What is Grubby doing? He's being so careless. But the DK may just die anyways. Another Ensnare? No! He fogs him around the trees. Kolo dies. And Grubby is just being way too aggressive. He has gotten tier 3. He could have run back to heal and get mana on his Blade Master and get the Kodo Aura and get the Orb, but no! He's being a stubborn little fuck, and he's still being a stubborn little fuck. Loses almost a Raider. But now Happy may be getting stubborn here. DK is still very low and only 1 scroll of healing to back him up health-wise. By the way, one grunt is refusing to fight. This is the pacifist grunt. Didn't know orcs had pacifists, but apparently they do. Is he teching? Yeah. Very late tier 3 tech though. It's gonna be done by like 1330, which is really late. Double Temple of the Damned. Wow. Wow. What? Double tempo? Is he gonna try to possess everything? I guess so. Otherwise it doesn't make much sense. Just for Curse you don't need that many Banshees, and of course Anti-Magic Shell is underwhelming against Orc. Ring of Regen. That is gonna help him right now. Not helping him is, by the way, the statue, which has run out of mana. Grubby having such an amazing fight right here, playing perfectly basically. Made 2 big mistakes right here, engaging in this bad position, and also making a big mistake with the aggressiveness of his Blade Master, and again making the same mistake right here. So yeah, Grubby kind of threw this game. It's not lost yet. But he had a lead and he gave it away. And creeping continues. All this time the Blade Master was dead. Happy had utter map control without any contention, and that's secured him a lot of levels. It's gonna be level 4 Lich, finds a Tome of Experience even. Gets both heroes closer to level 5. But now he's gonna be creepjacked. Blade Master scouting things out. And with the creeps on the one side and the Orc army on the other side, he's gonna have to TP out. Question is he gonna get the creep and item beforehand? Maybe Coil Nova TP? Coil, Nova, and TP, yeah. And it is a clause +9. Loses the statue and the TP, gets at least the creep. Of course a better trade for Grubby. Finally something going his way this game. And here we have it, double Banshee, Master Training. Possession costs 250 mana, by the way, so they need to generate a lot of mana before they can use it. Especially if they also want to use Curse. Which normally you definitely want them to do, because it's amazing against Blade Master and also against Grunts. Raiders not so much, because Raiders actually don't deal a lot of damage. They just ensnare stuff. Especially against Fiends, Raiders are almost useless. Against Banshees, they do have their uses. Damage-wise, I mean. Alright, Grubby. Is he gonna expand? Towers coming. Okay. He's expecting a
Player's
timing
forces
push, I
are under
suppose.
attack.
And now finally Orb of Corruption for the Lich. That adds so much damage to the Undead army. Because of course Undead's probably the best race at focusing single targets. Because of Fiends. Unless of course you have like 12 Griffins, then you are the best race at focusing single targets. And Kolnova of course. Also very good at focusing out single targets. Alright. Grubby, this reminds us of the first game. He's gonna force his opponent back. He does not want to fight this at the moment. We have low upkeep for the undead, and Grubby is still chilling in no upkeep. He even gets a statue in exchange for, oh my god, for a invul. Didn't have mana for a Windwalk there. If he had been killed, that would have been quite a big deal. Alright, Grubby sees the movement here because of this sentry ward. And yeah, here we go. Good decision making by Grubby. Kind of lame, but hey, you do what you gotta do, right? And Happy will have to TP, and Grubby will speed scroll. No, he will TP. Doesn't have a speed scroll. Happy was normally always very good at focusing out one unit before they can TP, and he does it again. And also nice borrow to not get one fiend eaten. Happy is going out again. He wants to fight, and he wants to fight right now. By the way, there's not a single ghoul on lumber. That's dangerous. Especially now that he's down to 164 lumber. And he summons the slaughterhouse and unsummons the temple. Yeah, I'm still not sure about the temple. I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 banshees. In that time, he could have easily gotten them from one temple, I think. There we go, scroll of speed. One watchtower here. That's a nice backup in case of a fight. 2 watchtowers, however, of course, going to be a lot better. 100% better, in fact. Gets cancelled, though. Does he have a TP? Yes, he does. Because Grubby, again, is going to go for the base, not for the head-on engagement. Someone in chat is saying that TP took ages, and I thought so too, but I didn't comment on it. It was because he faked it, I think, with the staff teleportation. And I think he's gonna do it again. Yep, fakes it with a staff. And that buys him a few seconds at least. But now Grubby knows the jig is up, and here comes the real TP, and he just books it. Coil Nova! But yeah, there's invul, there's Windwalk, there's no way that hero is dying. Alright, Grubby, are you really gonna fight right now? I think that's dangerous, but he's going for it. Undead army was a little split up. He kills one, eats another fiend, and TP's out. Loses the grunt, and loses 2 raiders, actually! Just milliseconds before the TP. That's possession, guys. Now Happy has 2 raiders.
A player's forces are under attack.
But I think raiders are gonna be the most useful against Blade Master, actually. Like kiting him, you know? I don't think... Oh, Tinker. Tinker third, something we saw from Ted a number of times. I don't think he really needs it against, like, units that are trying to run away. I think he's gonna get them most of the time anyways, and if they run away, then they run away, then they're not coming back, you know? Not that important. Let's see how he uses them. Gonna be really interesting. And he's going for the base, which has 2 towers. Happy's becoming impatient. I mean, he does have raiders, so that helps with the damage against buildings, I guess. Berserkers now. The unit that we oftentimes see for tier 3 orcs. Barracks will fall after this shop has already fallen. No mana, no hit points for the heroes of the Orc is actually a pretty big deal. So killing that shop, definitely a good choice. And a good pick. Level 4 Shadow Hunter, wow, lot of mana. 540 mana, and also level 4 Blade Master. Those are important levels. Lost one Raider for a Barracks and a Voodoo Lounge. Barracks is being rebuilt. Voodoo Lounge is not. Of course, fighting into these burrows and towers and ranged berserkers is not an easy task. And this Tinker needs to be so careful. There's no healing for him. A Potion of Invulnerability can be transferred, but normally you want to keep that on the Lich in case of Hex and Ensnare and stuff. And yeah, there we have it. That's like 3 hits. Half of the Lich's HP gone. Of course, there was a crit in there. Otherwise, that would not be so painful. Fiend, yeah. Forcing out another coil. And there's a shop up here. Okay, Grubby's buying time. And he's queuing 4 Berserkers immediately. They do come out goddamn quickly, but still, using 4 is not the best. A nice rallying of this Raider, not making the mistake of running around here. Coil Nova would easily deal with that Raider. Make short work of it. Almost full mana on the DK. He's been trying to force some coils here and there, but so far they have not been the most successful attempts. And Mangold Mines have just collapsed, ladies and gentlemen. The Undead still has a few seconds left, but then that's it. We have 68 supply against 65. And we have no invulnerability on the Blade Master. I think that's where he's going right now. He needs that invul, otherwise it's just too dangerous. Especially with level 2 Nova. And level 3 Nova may come at some point in the next fight. Oh, Happy's trying to go for the expansion, but Grubby sniffs it out. But he knows the Blade Master is far away. Maybe now he's gonna try to go for something important. But now he just gets the altar, so it's not too big of a deal. Well, if Grubby loses a hero, it's a big deal. Because he basically has no money, but yeah, it's gonna be a while. Did he seriously kill all the acolytes? Yeah, he did. One is being reproduced, most likely to unsummon something later when he needs the resources. I don't think he can pull off an expansion here. Not against the Blade Master. Alright, Happy. For now, it's giving up on this contain. Grubby is still sitting pretty. I say that as he moves out, or not. He wants to check out that barracks. He's like, dude, this is so much more pretty than the old barracks. Thank God the old one got destroyed. Alright. Happy now coming back once more. How long is Grubby gonna stay back here? It's a question. He's losing his last bit of resources to repairing right now. Not sure that's worth it. After a fight he is gonna be below 60 supply anyways, but hey, who am I to question the Grubster? How much possessions do we have? Well, 5 basically. So ensnares and hexes are gonna be extremely important. Nice ensnare micro. This statue cannot be killed once out of position, and Grubby immediately sees the weakness. And with a Borrow, which is basically unkillable, and a Raider just using ensnares, he gets the kill. And even gets the last hit with the Shadow Hunter. That's some pretty crisp play, I do have to say. That was nice. Peon is over here. Checking out if an expansion is to come. And a shade! 2 shades! And now Grubby, for some reason, I don't know for which one, is moving out. I guess the primary reason is that Happy's not sitting in front of his base anymore.
A player's
Because
forces are under
if he's
attack.
sitting there and the units just funnel out one by one, that gives Happy a giant advantage. Now Grubby can position himself accordingly. Alright, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 raiders and 1 hex. So that's theoretically perfect against 5 banshees. But I'm pretty sure Kolnova is gonna find those raiders quickly. And actually now we have 7 banshees. And here we go! This is the giant fight that maybe this game comes down to. We have the first few banshees hexed and ensnared. No possession yet, but more banshees, more possession, more ensnares. Very good job by Grubby. Only loses 1 single unit to possession. Oh man. That is a catastrophe. Look at the front line of Grubby. It's so big and Happy basically has nothing left. All the banshees are dead. Disenchant. Now the Tinker in trouble. He's level 1. He can't get healed. He can't get anything. He dies. Kolnova on the Blade Master. Can he kill him? No, he cannot. Heatwave saving him again. And look at this giant army. Happy has nothing basically. And Grubby's still so much to work with. Oh my god, even the peons are throwing their pickaxes at the enemy. Kolnova again, but the heal wave. Grubby knows what's up. All he has to do is not lose this Blade Master and then everything's fine. So he prioritizes healing him. Oh my god! Has he gone too far? Has the Blade Master gone too far? Has he been greedy enough? Has he seriously been too greedy a 3rd time? Yes, he has. No more heal wave means the death. But now there's no more mana to kill the Shadow Hunter. But still. All he needed to do was stay back with his Blade Master. TP out from Grubby, Happy, I mean. He has 1 Banshee and 1 Fiend left. He sells everything to get an Acolyte to unsummon. And he has 2 Fiends here. But yeah, I'm sure Grubby can sell something and then get the Blade Master back. He has 95 gold. Oh shit, he lost his altar. He lost his altar. He lost the Altar of Storms. Oh man. The altar is, I think, 180 gold. Altar of Darkness is definitely 180 gold. Yeah. Happy's unsummoning quite a lot. What's he gonna get? Statue, probably. Yeah, he wants the Regent for the heroes. He's almost level 5 on both heroes. But there's not a single creep left on this map. He needs 8 here and 17 here. So he needs 25 XP to hit double level 5. Which would be such a big deal. Crypt Fiends scouting shit out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Berserkers. 3 Walkers. 2 Raiders. And a Shadow Hunter. But no Blade Master. Since this game is in this list, I'm gonna assume things are gonna get close. It's hard to imagine though that Happy can fight against this army with what little he has left here. He literally pulled everything. Every single goddamn thing. There's nothing left in his main base. No units, you know, no ghouls. No acolytes to unsummon, nothing. Oh man. Shit is getting tense. He's getting a voodoo lounge. Instead of getting his Blade Master. Maybe it's just to sell stuff to get an altar. But then that's just a mistake. He could have easily done that a minute ago here. Let's see. Probably just for clarities. Yeah, clarities. If only Shades had backpacks. Then he could steal both those items. Mana potion on the DK. I think he just wants to find a quick pick off here and get level 5, double level 5 and go from there. He knows he killed that altar. And he suspects Grubby has nothing left in the tank. Well, no gold left to revive him. And he's right. This is actually a game that could be a draw. But these guys do not want to go for a draw. They want to fight like men. And I think that's pretty cool. Here we go, Nova. Coil, double level up. I don't even think the coil was necessary. Alright, here we go. First ghoul dies immediately. But as we can see without the Blade Master, this damage is not that impressive, especially against the heroes. Raider dies, Walker dies, Jesus Christ, takes so much damage. Actually, nice ethereal form. Another nice ethereal form, Grubby, microing his art right now. Oh, Death Knight is being focused, Death Pact used. Heals back up thanks to the Fiend, which is now dead in the ground. Undead before, now really dead. Banshee dies thanks to the Hex and Focus. Kodo tries to eat, but Happy, nice micro. Killing this Kodo Beast would be big, of course, because then there's gonna be no more bonus damage for everything else. But it's being microed back. Lich, oh, in a lot of trouble. Eats the Acolyte, gets more mana back. But the statue, the last statue, losing a lot of hit points. And without the statue, the region's gonna be gone. But he gets the Kodo Beast. But the Lich, does he have a coil? He does have a coil. But cooldown probably gets the coil just at the last second. Now another Dark Ritual being used on the second to last Fiend. Coil Nova again on the Raider. Death Knight, still a bit of mana to work with. And the Orc numbers are actually dwindling. But so is the mana of the Undead. And without mana he can't do too much. Oh, Death Knight needs to be careful. But this Lich is just a machine. Plus 9 claws and gloves of haste. Really helping out now. Another another Dark Ritual, another kill, and a second one to boot. Death Knight, however, now really low on hit points. Yes. Only one spell left. Nova kills off 2 more units. And he kills off another Berserker. Or is he? Yes, he is. Oh, Hex. Hex on the Death Knight. Is this the time? Berserker's thingy being used. Death Knight. Ah, Hex doesn't last long enough. And Happy is actually doing this. Happy, is he actually pulling this off? No more hexes. And the Lich is just soloing the entire army. But now Ethereal, which renders them immune. That was just so goddamn close. And yeah, here Grubby can't kill him. On Blight, the regeneration plus the slow. No, there's no way he's killing him. Long distance mining peons. They are not gonna be spared. Hex. But the regen should be enough. Yeah, it's enough. He uses Death Pact on the Shade to get a bit of HP back. And this Berserker is gonna fall. Yup. And the Shadow Hunter is the last thing that remains, with no mana to do anything. And the Lich on the other side of the map. Now Walkers morphing into, well, normal form. Do we have another Hex? No, we don't. And she's just playing Ring Around the Rosie right now. Another Berserker dies. And now he's kind of trapped the DK, but he's back up to 250 hit points. Oh, nice block with the Spirit Walker. It's not gonna be enough though, Hex. But where's the damage? Dude, where's the damage? I don't know. It's dead. It can't come back because the Blader was too greedy. That's what lost him the game. That's what's gonna kill Shadowhunter. Ultimately, there's a Nova, there's a hits, there's another Death Pact. And that's gonna be it. Grubby throws the game multiple times. Happy clutches just barely with basically only heroes in the end against, I don't know what it was. Like 50 supply, maybe even 60 supply. It was so much stuff. But with the coils and the Novas and the Death Pacts and the Dark Rituals, he was just able to edge it out in the end. Oh man, and that's, I mean, I would imagine that's a loss that if you're Grubby, you're just gonna be pissed off. Like, why the fuck did I run in 3 times unnecessarily with my Blade Master and lost him 3 times? And the last time, it didn't only lose me my hero, it lost me my game. But hey, mistakes can make games exciting, and I think that is what we saw this time. Alright.